Hello, football fans. We're back for the UFL. We've got the Orlando Storm versus the Dallas Renegades. We're underway already. The Renegades have just been stopped on the third down and looking like they're probably going to punt. And they are on 4th and 10. Thank you very much for everyone's joined us so far. And hopefully we get a great game, a really meaningful game in this one between the Storm and the Renegades. Both teams need to win this one. We've got the punt return up the middle. And tackle down right around the 32-yard line. This is where Storm are going to start their first drive. So we've got Jack Plover coming up for the Storm, the 5-2 Storm. If they win today, they will lock up a playoff spot. And the Dallas Renegades, of course, in absolute desperation mode at this point. It's got a single back formation from their own 32-yard line. Hand off up the right side. And tackle down after a 3-yard carry up to the 35-yard line. Thanks for everyone that's joined us so far. Hi, Hank. Thanks for joining us. Let's go. Happy game day, everyone. Let us know what your thoughts are on Dallas, Hank. It's been a while since we've had a chat, but things have not gone their way after starting 3-0. Let us know if you think they've still got a chance of making the playoffs. I mean, they've got to win today, haven't they? If they hope to have any chance. We'll see. So we're not doing good. Billy's on life support as we speak. Yeah, I think. Well, they've got to end the slide today, haven't they? If they're hoping to get anywhere. So it's having some connection issues. The Storm's going to have to seek some shelter today. We're not going to be easy on them today. It's all for nothing at this point. It's all it is, all or nothing. Absolutely. I mean, say they started off obviously at 3-0 as well. Got Storm with a 3rd and 7. Pass completed up to the 45. Now it's been taken into Dallas territory up to around the 40-yard line after broken tackle. And it's a keeper up the right side for 2 yards gain. Takes the ball up to around the 37-yard line. So I've still stumped on the 4 losses in a row now, just looking like we went far in the wrong direction, especially with the Stallions. What was that? Even for overtime, we should have won. Yeah, I mean, did he get in on that overtime conversion? It looked close. It looked close. There's a handoff up the left side this time. And a 4-yard carry is going to bring up a 3rd and 5. Of course, the Storm can't punt now. Shout out to Birmingham though. I mean, they've got a great chance now. I mean, they're our picks for making that 4th spot. And if they do, what we predicted before the season will have happened. Then it'll be obviously the Battlehawks, DC, Storm, and Stallions. That's who we said would finish in the top 4. I didn't think that was going to happen with how the Stallions started this season, but snap back to Plummer. Quick fire pass. It's high though and tackled immediately as soon as he's caught around the 33-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 5 coming up. They're going to make this a field goal attempt, 51-yarder. From the right hash. And the kick is up. It's not looking good. And it's not. It's wide right from Lance, being a reliable kicker who's 11 for 13 before this one. He's now 11 for 14. So the Storm come away empty-handed off this one. And the Renegades get the ball back in decent starting field position as well. So Kings turn the season around big time, still salty over that loss. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a 3-way battle, isn't it, for that 4th spot now? You know, the Stallions, Kings, and Renegades. And it's obviously interesting this week where we've got some of the games that we've got. Obviously, we've got the top 4 teams. Okay, playing with a chance. Well, the top 3 teams with a chance of making the playoff spot locked up. It's very windy today in Texas. I mean, yeah, it never looked like hooking back in off the kick then either, did it? So at least the gamblers held their spot. They don't want anyone taking their spot. No, I think the gamblers have been the worst team in the UFL. I think they are deservedly last in the standings. So I think, I think they deserve to be where they are. Hi, Eric. Long time no speak. Hope you're well. Are you still on your travels or are you back now? It's good to hear from you. Let us know what you think of the Patriots schedule as well. That was finalised yesterday. It got leaked out earlier in the day, but hey, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, but they've got some great games. I think they've got at least 5 primetime games this season. 5 primetime games plus the international game in Munich as well. Be great to go to that one. I'm not sure that money and time will allow this year, but that'd be a great game. The Lions in Munich. So we've got 1st and 10 for the Renegades. It's an empty backfield. From the home 41, quick fire out to the wide receiver screen. And it's a 7-yard completion, taking the ball close to midfield. So well back from the holiday. Need another one. Always feels that way, doesn't it? When we just come back. Hard schedule for the Patriots, but we knew that after the season we had. Absolutely. We've just got such a tough one. There's a handoff on 2nd down, gains about a yard. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one anyway. They're going to play the top teams. They finish top in the other divisions, but having to play the AFC West, so the Chiefs division was always going to be tough this time around, and the NFC North as well. But starting off with the opening game against the Seahawks, they haven't done that for a while. Had a rematch of the Super Bowl straight away. It's a toss play right on 3rd and 2. And gains 3 yards, takes the ball past midfield. So it's going to be a 1st down for the Renegades. Yeah, having a chance to get back at the Seahawks straight away is a good one. Then I think it's the Steelers at home, Jaguars away, and then Bills away. So not an easy opening start. And I think right in this second right now, if you offered me 2 and 2 after 4 weeks, I'd take it. I'd take it. We've got empty backfields for Reed. Snap back to him. Fired to the left. It's caught. It's a 1st down and more. And knocked out of bounds around the 25-yard line of the Storm. So we got a good drive going for the Renegades. Just your toughest opponent this season. I'm excited for that one. I'm tuning for your streams this NFL season when I get it on TV. I appreciate it, Hank. Excited for the NFL to be back. Still feels like a long time away at the moment. Play action pass from Reed. Fired in to Vaughns. Makes a couple of moves. And gains 9 yards. Got something going, the Renegades here. Yeah, we all moved into a new house. Moved in last Friday. That's why there was no stream last week. So apologies on any technical issues in this stream. Getting Wi-Fi and all the connections set up. So hopefully it runs all right. Quick fire pass out to the tight ends, who gains the yard needed. It's going to be a 1st down. But at least no one can say we have the easy schedule this time around. No, they cannot. I see. I've looked down the schedule. I still believe they can get 11 wins. I still think 11 wins, and they'll make the playoffs. And then that'll shut everybody up, hopefully. Trips left formation out the shotgun. It's a keeper. And tackle down after a 3-yard carry. It's the backup quarterback, Lennon, in there. It looks like he's staying out there on this one as well. All right. Thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate you coming along. Let us know who you want to win this one. Tong Hwan, it must win for Dallas, absolutely. Dallas need to come on, and they want to stay alive in the playoffs. They have to. They have to win this one. We've got Austin Reed coming back in now. Yeah, they have to win this one. Storm lock up a playoff spot. Got a trip to right formation out the shotgun, snap back to Austin Reed, slice to the left, looks downfield, fires. Oh, and it hits the hands of his receiver in the end zone, but can't hold on. Incomplete. It's going to be a 3rd and 6. Appreciate that, Eric. Yes, we're still unpacking a few boxes, getting settled in, but was eager to get the video out this week and try and get live stream just so I can test it out. The technicalities. We've got 3rd and 6. Snap back to Reeds. And it falls incomplete off the pass. It's going to be 4th and 6. Unlikely field goal attempt. So where can I find the game? It's on Fox, this one. I'm obviously way behind with the many streaming waves it has to pass. I'm probably about 2 or 3 plays behind. We've got a 31-yard field goal attempt that's probably already been kicked. But it's from the left hash for Thika, who I'm surprised has still kept his job after missing a game winner last week. And the kick is good this time, though. And the Renegades take the lead. It's a 3-0 lead for the Renegades in a must-win game. So pulling for Orlando in this one. Yeah, my team in the UFL are the Battlehawks, but mainly because of Coach Anthony Bates, I adopt Storm as my second team. But yeah, they had a great opening season in the UFL. It's interesting to see what's going to happen next year. Are we going to have relocations? There's constant talk every single week about the number of fans that they've got of each of the games and how many people are watching on TV. I think the TV numbers are actually quite good when you compare it to other sports. They're just not getting enough people into the stadiums, especially obviously the Dallas and Houston in particular. They're looking at even the Battlehawks fan crowds are majorly down over the past few years compared to the past few years. So it's about trying to get people obviously into the stadiums. But Hank's happy with the Dallas taking the lead. It's a 3-0 scoreline. So we've got a game break at the minute while we come back for the kickoff. It'll be the Renegades kicking it back to the Storm. Better not just be all field goals today, but if it works, it works. I mean, I just don't trust Thika. I mean, I think his kicking rate before today's game was less than 50%. I mean, I can't believe they haven't changed kickers. He missed that one last week, which would have won the game before it even went to overtime. But everything's on the line for Dallas today, so they've just got to go. They've just got to go for it. So here we go. Kickoff for Thika. And it bounces into the end zone. So 1st and 10, we've got 4 minutes left in this first quarter. It's a 1st and 10 for Orlando Storm. We've got trips right formation out the shotgun for Plummer. Snap back to him, fired in, and caught in the flat for a 3-yard gain. Hodges out today, which kind of sucks, but at least we still got Vaughns and JT. Yeah, they've got enough weapons. They've got enough weapons, and we know the connection that the Vaughns had with Reed, especially in the first 3 weeks. Just Reed just seems to really, his confidence just seems to be shot. Snap back to Plummer. Lofted pass down the right side is out of bounds and incomplete. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. That's something that Storm have been in the 2 losses they've had this season. They've got into a big hole early and had to try and fight back out of it and not being able to do it. So if the Renegades can just get up a couple of scores, you know, we've got a great chance. Mayweather did great last week. He did. Had a really good game running the ball. Snap back to Plummer. Deep drop. Fired over the middle. It's caught for the first down at the 50 and tackled down inside the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Storm. Snap back to Plummer. Fired out to the left for the wide receiver screen. And tackled out of bounds after a 3-yard gain. Bring up a 2nd and around 7. We call it 2nd and 5, in fact. It's got a single back formation from the Renegades 35-yard line. It's a handoff straight up the middle. And a 1-yard, might call it a 2-yard carry. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 6. It was a 2nd and 7 before. So it was a 1-yard carry, 3rd and 6 coming up. We've got trips right formation on a 3rd and 6 from the Renegades 34-yard line. Snap back to Plummer. Deep drop. Time throws towards the end zone. And excellent defense. Excellent defense from the Renegades. Looked like it was going to be a wide open receiver at the back of the end zone, but the defender got that back there, swiped the ball away, incomplete. And could get another field goal attempt coming. Lance has missed one already today. So we have got another field goal attempt, a 52-yarder. So he missed a 51-yarder earlier. Let's have a look. Kick is up, and it's swung left. So Lance has missed one right. I think he overcompensated that time. That one swung left. So the wind is a huge factor in this one already. The Storm have missed 2 field goals. That means the Renegades will start the next drive in good starting field position again. as my grandpa would say. Sorry, Charlie. Well, if you keep on holding the Storm to field goals, this could end up being a low-scoring game, this one. Lance is a very reliable kicker. He was 11 of 13 before this game with a long of 57. He's now missed 2. Kicked one wide right, one wide left. Defence may be having the most action today. Yeah, it's going to be opportunities for turnovers and things with the way the wind's going. Doesn't look easy to kick, so it won't be easy to throw it either. Got a 1st and 10 coming up for the Renegades. There's a handoff straight up the middle, a really nice run. 1st down, takes the ball into Storm territory. It's a 12-yard carry right up the middle. A great carry by Merriweather. 1st and 10 for the Renegades. Snap back to Reeds. Scrambles around, sets off running himself. It's a 1st down and slides down after a 13-yard run. Takes the ball inside the 35-yard line. That was better, more decisive from Reed there. I think that's how the first quarter is going to end as well, with the Renegades driving. So it's because the Storm have missed 2 field goals, it ends up looking like a good start for the Renegades in this one. Leading by 3, driving, and technically in field goal range now, but they are going to be kicking towards the same direction now as Lance has missed 2 for the Storm. Yeah, keep her going. Keep her going. I tell you what, it is going to blow things wide open if the Renegades do win today. Not only for the Renegades getting to 4-4, but it will drop the Storm to 5-3. And the Storm have got their last 2 games against the DC Defenders. That's 2 games they could lose. They could potentially drop to 5-5. Does that give another team an opportunity to steal their spot? So it's a must-win game for the Storm as well. Win and they're in no matter what. But if they lose this one, 2 games against the Defenders to end the season. I mean, it's been completely unpredictable anyway, the UFL. I was worried at the start of the season with how things are going. It looked a very split league with the top 4 being very different from the bottom 4, but over the last couple of weeks, it's evened it up. I mean, our predictions, I think we're 16-12 over the season, so not the best. We started off okay, but we keep splitting our predictions 2-2. We've gone this week with we've picked the Storm, DC, the Battlehawks, and the Stallions to win this week. So we'll see how we get on this week. Just waiting for the second quarter to start. There's 2 games tomorrow. We've got the rematch from last week, the DC Defenders versus Louisville Kings, which pulled off a massive shock. I mean, I don't think anyone saw the Kings beating the Defenders 30-13. And we've got the Battlehawks tomorrow as well, home to the Gamblers. I mean, that should be a straightforward win for the Battlehawks. And should be a playoff spot locked up. So just a reminder, if the Storm win today, they're in the playoffs. So are DC if they win tomorrow against the Kings, and so are the Battlehawks if they beat the Gamblers. You've got Lennon in at quarterback for the Renegades. And it's a handoff up the middle. A 2-yard carry takes the ball to the 32-yard line. We've got Austin Reed back on the field now. Empty backfields. Austin Reed snap back to him. So a 2nd and 4. And a handoff up the middle. It's close to a first down. I can't believe we're already near the end of the season. So it does go very quick, doesn't it? Only a 10-game season. Just go very, very quickly. We've got 1st and goal coming up for the Renegades. It's a keeper from Lennon, who takes the ball down to around the 6 or 7 yard line. We've got a 2nd and goal coming up. Got trips right formation out the shotgun. Snap back to Reeds. Looks around, dumps it off to Merriweather, who's tackled down around the 3 yard line. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 3 for the Renegades. Got about 11.5 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. So looking for the touchdown, hoping for the touchdown. We've got 2 plays to get in. Shotgun formation. Fired. And caught for the touchdown. It's Butler. The Renegades get in. Emmanuel Butler from Austin Reed. It's touchdown.
Touchdown!
There you go, best of all one to start with. But it's a touchdown for the Renegades. It's definitely the Renegades got in. Nice pass. Nice timing on the throw. Anticipation. And Butler did well to hold on, even though the defender got his arm in there. Exactly what the Renegades want to do. And as I said earlier, the 2 games that the Storm have lost, they've got into a deep hole early where they've got a few scores down. Will that be the case again today? Well, we've got flags. First flags of the game. And we've got it was against the defense. And Hank's happy with this. Got into the end zone. Try to see what the what that was. Then it just comes up as a bunch of letters on my screen. So I'm trying to see what your picture was. So we go for the extra point attempts, which should be even easier for Thika now after that penalty. And it does just about go through the right upright, just on the inside. It is 10-0 to the Renegades. And we've got a game on our hands. The Storm have missed 2 field goals in this one, of course. Oh, Dan, just a bunch of Texas flags for anyone wondering. When I bring up on the screen, it just says CL, 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 CL. I can see it on a YouTube chat, but yeah, on my screen, it just was a bunch of letters. Hank, remind me of your NFL team. I know you've told me before. Sorry, I've forgotten. Was it Bears? Was it Bears? The Lions. Sorry, it's definitely not the Bears then. If you're a Lions fan, yeah. So obviously the Patriots playing the Lions in Germany this year. So that'll be a good one. I think that actually helps the Patriots, the fact that it's in Germany. It makes it more of a neutral site rather than the Patriots having to go and play in Detroit. I think that helps the Patriots out a little bit. I think there's quite a strong fan base of Patriots in Germany and obviously in Europe. So I think that helps them out a little bit. They respect the Bears. It's going to be a tough one, that NFC North this season. I mean, the fact the Patriots have to play all those teams is bad enough, but the teams in that division, it's going to be a real battle to try and get a playoff spot. Can't stand the Packers. I guess if you're not a Packers fan, I think quite a lot. I think all the NFC North teams hate the Packers. It could be a great game, and also nerves with going being the Super Bowl last year. Yeah, I mean, technically as well, the Patriots should have improved as well. I mean, it seems inevitable they're going to have AJ Brown after the 1st of June. All signs pointing towards that. So that's great news. That's another weapon that the Patriots will have. I'd love them to get Stephon Diggs back as well. I mean, that would be awesome if they managed to somehow get AJ Brown, Stephon Diggs, Dubes. You know, they'd have one of the best wide receiver groups in the NFL by a long way. Just about whether they can protect Drake May. Got to protect him, give him the time, and he'll pick defenses apart. But as we saw in the Super Bowl, if you don't protect him, it's going to be a problem. So the kick from Thika didn't reach the 20-yard line, meaning that the Storm are going to start with really good starting field position on the next drive. Drake May has a lot of opportunities to go stronger during the off-season. I'm ready to see how he does this season. Yeah, well, it's a true test. You know, and if he, even if the Patriots don't make it to the Super Bowl again, which this next season, which, you know, chances of making back-to-back Super Bowls are very, very low. But even if they don't, you know, if he gets them to the playoffs, you know, it's a successful season with the schedule they've got. You know, teams got a lot more tape on him now as well. So it's not going to be easy. So now at 1st and 20 for this Storm, back at their own 30-yard line. Deep throw over the middle. It's caught down to the 45-yard line of the Renegades. So the ball goes past midfield, meaning the Storm cannot punt now. Try and set up the screen to the right that fails. It's 2nd and 10. Trevor Lawrence cuts his hair was a bad move. Jags just telling us that was it. Yeah, I mean the Jags are coming over to the UK again for 2 games this season. They've got, I think it's the Eagles and the Texans. That's 2 tough games for the Jaguars over here. I'm debating whether to go to the Eagles and Jaguars game at Tottenham. It's a really nice stadium. It's a shovel pass completed for 7 yards to Corbin. They'll bring up a 3rd and short. We've got a handoff on 3rd and 2. I think he's fallen just short. It's going to be a 4th and inches, which surely the Storm are going to go for it. If the Cleveland Browns somehow make it Super Bowl, I don't know what I'll do. Well, they've got the easiest schedule, so we've got a flag. It's a QB sneak, but we've got a flag. Well, yeah, the Browns, they've got the easy schedule, so if we're going off all the hate that the Patriots have had this season, you know, then technically they should make it to the Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm not salty at all with all those comments about the schedule. I'm just going to see if we can sort these technical issues out a bit. First and 10, shot for the end zone. Looks like good defense to knock the ball away. Could have been a touchdown. I'll bring up a 2nd and 10. So there's a handoff up the left side. Let's see if we can do this. Start it. So I first stream in the new house, so it's got to figure out technical issues. I think that's what we want. Right, let's try that. Right, so we've got 3rd and 10. For the Renegades 31-yard line, it's snapped back to Plummer, 5 towards the left. It's caught after a 5-yard completion. Bring up a 4th down. Yeah, punt the ball. Punts. Yeah, he's a funny guy. I only discovered him this season, actually, towards the end of the season, actually. But I subscribed to him on YouTube. Funny guy. So we've got a 43-yard field goal attempt coming up now for Lance. He's missed a 51-yarder. He's missed a 52-yarder. Can he convert from the left hash a 43-yarder? Here we go. The kick is up, and it looks good. It goes through this time. And the Storm finally get on the board. It doesn't seem to work much better. There it goes. I think it's been 2 years I've been watching Drew. The belt shorts was probably what made him get over. Yeah, I mean, he started off doing, like, I flicked back through, some of his older stuff, and was doing those sorts of game recaps on longer form videos, and then switched up to shorts, and then with the shorts, he's just blown up with his subscriptions from that point, really. But he's doing well for himself. Like I've seen recently, he's been sent a fair few gifts from fanatics along the way, so he must be doing all right for himself. I think he's a Chiefs fan, isn't he? That's another game the Patriots have got this year. I think it's on a Monday Night Football game away at the Chiefs. That's not necessarily going to be a fun one. Mahomes should be fully healthy at that point as well. That's towards the end of the season. We've got the kickoff. It's returnable from around the 5-yard line and tackled down around the 28. So did you see the Chargers schedule release? The social media creative team needs a raise for that one. No, I didn't. You have to tell me what that one. I'll see if I can check it out at halftime as well. I didn't see it. I didn't see any of the videos of the schedule release actually. Snap back to Reed and it's fired into Vaughn who catched it for a 4-yard completion. Yeah, I didn't see any. I know there was this whole debate about teams taking a shot at Mike Vrabel and the Vicini issue, and the NFL have basically said they're staying out of it. It's up to teams if they want to take shots. Did the Chargers do that, or did they do something else? Snap back to Reed. Ends up keeping himself, or was it Lennon even? Oh, no, it was Reed. It was Reed that kept himself. Brings up a 3rd and 4. 5.5 minutes left in the second quarter. And the Renegades call a timeout as the play clock was ticking down. It's the second timeout. We've got one timeout remaining this half. So it's like a mashup of Halo and having a full-on video game set up for each team they play by levels that was really cool made. Most wants to be a Chargers fan. Hey, Halo, I was like the first game I played on the original Xbox. I was a big fan of that series. I think I got up to like Halo, I don't know, Halo 4 maybe. I don't think I played the most recent one. But I really enjoyed the original trilogy of Halo. I saw it on Instagram. I'll see if I can check it out at halftime. So shotgun formation for Reed. Snap back to him on 3rd and 4. Starts scrambling around and he's taken down on the sack. 6-yard loss. And the Renegades are going to have to punt. Just completely closed in on him. So Renegades ready to punt. And Punt comes out very wobbly. Bounces nicely for the returner, though. He sprints out to the right, gets around the corner, and steps out of bounds after a very decent return. Right up to around midfield, in fact. So just around 4 minutes left in this second quarter. And the Storm looking to see if they can get into the end zone for the first time in this game. So I never played Halo, but the concept of making their schedule video game menu and cutscenes just being a game myself is really cool. Definitely got a different kind of energy over in LA. I'll definitely check that out. I didn't catch any. I think it's because quite a lot of the schedules got leaked that early in the day yesterday that we didn't even need to wait. I mean, the Patriots schedule was fully leaked before I even went to bed over in the UK. So that must have been by at least like 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Over in the US, the full Patriots schedule had been leaked pretty early on in the day. In fact, most of the schedule, we're just waiting on the 2 games with the Dolphins, when they were playing the Raiders, and one of the Jets games, I think, is what we're waiting on. But all the rest had already come out. So by that point that this full schedule come out, I was, well, already know. No need to wait for the official release. So 4 minutes 19 left in this second quarter. And the ball is right at midfield for the Storm. Snap back to Plummet. It's a handoff up the middle, bounces to the right, and takes on the tackler and tackled down after around a 4.5 yard gain. Takes the ball close to the 45 yard line. It's a handoff up the middle again. And just a 1 yard gain takes the ball just inside the 45 yard line with 3.5 minutes left in this second quarter. Tell you what, if the Renegades were to win this one, they've got the Kings next week. That'll be a big game, especially if the Kings can pull off another shock against DC tomorrow. That's a big one. So having a look at what game could do next week potentially. Probably Defenders and Storm next Friday, I think. That could be if the Storm win today and the Defenders win. That could be 2 playoff teams. I mean, what could be crazy is that because the Storm and Defenders play each other back to back for the last 2 weeks of this season, they could actually meet a 3rd week in a row if one of the teams finished first, the other finished fourth, or if they finished second and third, they could actually play each other 3 weeks in a row. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but it could do. We're still an injury timeout at the minute. But the Storm trailing 10-3 in this one, but they have missed 2 field goals in this game, a 51-yarder and a 52-yarder. The wind is definitely a factor on those kicks as well. You know, Lance is a pretty good kicker, one of the best kickers, or at least the better top 4 kickers in the UFL, and he's struggled with those longer kicks. We'll see if the Storm can get into the end zone and potentially tie this game up before we go into halftime. It will be the Storm that get the ball to start the second half as well. There you go. As things stand, the DC Defenders are second and Storm are third, meaning that they would play each other in the playoffs. So that would essentially mean they'd play each other 3 times in a row in week 9, week 10, and then the first week of the playoffs. We've got an empty backfield. 3rd and 4 coming up. Snap back to Plummer. Fired over the Milich courts. First down, Storm. And close to the 35-yard line. With around 3 minutes left in the second quarter now. Nice quick fire pass out on the screen. Gains 8 yards. Looks like they're trying to get another play in. Oh, they're just trying to make the Renegades jump. If they don't jump, though, that takes us to the 2-minute warning. We've got 2nd and 2 coming up. So hopefully Dallas keeps the momentum up in the second half. Yeah, it's a big 2 minutes. It's a big 2 minutes coming up. If the Renegades can keep the Storm out of the end zone, that'll be huge for them. So after this week, we've obviously only got 2 games remaining the UFL, and I just hope that all of these 8 teams do come back for next season. Obviously, they're planning the expansion for 2028, so nothing should change for next year in terms of the league getting bigger to 10 teams. It's still going to stay at 8. It's just about whether we get any relocations, or can they find a way to get fans into the stadiums, particularly at Dallas and Houston. That's the question. So 2nd and 1. Fired Courts for the first down for the Storm down to the 19-yard line. Spread formation. It's a quick pass complete, but it's a 1-yard loss after the completion. Sets for 2nd and 11. Clock still ticking. The Storm got all 3 timeouts, but not using one yet. Don't want to leave any time for the Renegades. So 2nd and 11 from the 20-yard line. Snap back to Plummer. Fired towards the right sideline. It's nearly intercepted. Dangerous pass. Nearly intercepted. Falls incomplete. It's going to be a 3rd and 11 coming up with 59 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. And the Storm do take their first time out this time. We've got 2 remaining. Facing a 3rd and 11 with 59 seconds left. So you've got shotgun formation, trips right, snap back to Plummer. Fire towards the right sideline, it's Courts. And a first down inside the 10-yard line, down to around the 8-yard line. They keep the drive going. Find a nice gap in the zone coverage. So 1st and goal. Clock ticking around 44 seconds left. 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Snap back to Plummer. Throws it short. And tackle down at the 1-yard line. Going to be a 2nd and goal from the 1. They've let the clock go. It's at 22 seconds, still ticking. Single back formation. And Plummer goes over the top for the touchdown for the Storm. And they're just 1 point away from tying this game up.
Touchdown!
And Plummer took it himself, went over the top. You don't see too many quarterbacks do that these days, for fear of getting hit. But he took the ball from the 1-yard line, dived over the top of the line, reached the ball out, broke the plane, 10-9 ball game pending this Lance extra point. And the extra point is good. We have a tie ball game, 10-10 with 14 seconds left. So 10-10 with 14 seconds left of the second quarter. So we're going to have a fresh second half that'll decide everything. Yeah, I mean, the Renegades were up 10-0. The Storm have come back to bring it back to 10-10. Of course, Orlando missed 2 field goals as well. I think the momentum is back with the Storm now, unfortunately for Dallas. It is going to be Orlando that get the ball to start the second half as well. The win stays as strong as it has been as well. It's not going to be easy to make a comeback in the fourth quarter, trying to throw it all the time as well. So here comes the kickoff from Lance. And the kick is up. Returnable from around the 12-yard line. And tackled down at the 33 with... See how much time they take off this clock. It's about 10 seconds left. So hopefully there's an overtime. That way the troops at Fort Hood get some more football. You want overtime, do you? And the Renegades take a knee, decide not to risk anything with 10 seconds left. So we're going to go into half-time with the score tied at 10-10. I said it will be the Storm that get the ball to start the second half as well. So an interesting first half. We've had 2 missed field goals for the Storm. The Renegades then took a 10-0 lead. But Storm have come back since then, kicking a field goal and then getting the touchdown with just 14 seconds left in this second quarter. So we're going all tied up and everything to play for in the second half. Of course, just a reminder, the Storm lock up a playoff spot if they win today. The Renegades keep themselves in playoff contention with a win themselves and really need to get that win today. So we're going to take a short break. I'll see if I can find that scheduled release video as well. And hopefully we can fix any technical issues. Apologies for any lags or anything like that. I say in a new house and just trying to figure technical things out over here. But hopefully you can join us for the second half. Hopefully the streams and everything is working all right. We're going to just take a short break. And we'll see you shortly. Hello, we're back for the second half of the Orlando Storm versus Dallas Renegades. Right on time for kickoff. It's kicked to the Storm, returnable from the 15-yard line. And a really good return takes the ball up to the 45, but we have got a flag. Start the second half. All tied up at 10 and all to play for a game that both teams really need to win. There's a penalty against the Storm as well. I'm going to send them further back. But the Storm need to win it to lock up a playoff spot. And the Renegades need to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Be a tight first half. Quite an even first half as well. We'll see what we'll get in this second half. But it's the Storm are going to have the ball, possess the ball first. It's a quick pass over the middle. Caught for 9 yards. Takes the ball up to the 29-yard line for the Storm. So a second and a half a yard. Plummer in the shotgun. Snap back to him. It's a handoff up the middle, but he's completely stuffed for a 1 yard loss on the play. Going to set up a 3rd and 2 now. So it's a keeper from Plummer up the left side. A huge gain. He's at the 40, at the 50, at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. And he's going to score the touchdown. What a huge run from Plummer. It was a run pass option, faked the handoff, took off up the left side and just carried on going the entire way. A huge touchdown run. 70 yards, in fact. Just got blockers out in front as well that completely sealed it off. Touchdown, Storm.
Touchdown!
And if you're the Renegades, that's not the way you want to start the second half. And here comes the extra point attempt from Lance. And it's good. And just like that, the Storm have their first lead of the game. Up 17-10. And put some pressure on this Dallas offense now for the first time today. Sorry, I was away from mode. Did I miss anything major? Oh, this is awkward. Yep. Just a casual 70-yard touchdown run from the quarterback. So, there. Yeah, not the way that the Renegades needed to start that second half. Yeah, tight game. And now it's just about nothing major, just casual 79-yard run. Yeah, 70. It's casual 70-yard run up the left side from the quarterback. It's a great play call and got into the open field, but the blockers just sealed it off up that side. They had 2 receivers downfield completely sealing it off, so the defenders coming across couldn't get across to Plummer. And yeah, just like that, the Storm lead by 7. And this is where you tend to see the problems sneak in a little bit for Dallas this season, is when they're playing from behind. That's where you get an Austin Reed interception coming, and we'll see if he can carry on as he's played in the first half, because in the first half, Reed did okay. He was, what was he? 8 for 10, 61 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. You can't complain at that. But they're going to have to put more on his shoulders now. It's not like they scored or some. I don't believe it. Yeah, it's not what you want to see going back into this. Yeah, I think that was on 3rd down as well, wasn't it? 3rd and 2. Yeah, not what you want to see on 3rd and 2. A 70-yard touchdown run from the quarterback. Longest run on the UFL season. Who put money on Plummer being the person to have that? So here comes the kickoff. It's returnable from the 3-yard line for the Renegades, who breaks a tackle. And a really good return, takes the ball up to the 37-yard line. And this should open the game up a little bit. Got to respect it, though. Shades of Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah, I think that's the first and last time that Jay Plummer will ever get compared to Jahmyr Gibbs. So the Renegades with the ball. It's a quick fire pass out from Austin Reed to the right. It's incomplete, out of bounds. Brings up a 2nd and 10. So Reed in the shotgun. Handoff up the middle. Just a 1-yard gain is going to bring up a 3rd and 9. This is where that pressure just starts to creep in a little bit now. You end up punting here, and the Storm add points. This game can quickly get away from you. So an empty backfield for Reed this time. 3rd and 9 from his own 39-yard line. Snap back to him. Looking to pass, fired towards the right sideline. Oh, the receiver does well to dive for the first down. I think you've got to give it him. I think you've got to give him the first down there. Excellent effort, because he caught the ball 2 yards short, right at the sideline, stepped inside, dived. Yeah, I think that's got to be a first down. Great effort. And I think you've got to give him the first down on that. So it'd be cool if maybe one game, 2 teams get a current QB from the NFL and play a quarter with a UFL lineup to really test everyone. Yeah, I would. So handoff up the middle. And a great run by Merriweather, takes the ball close to the 35-yard line. And the play's still going. So Dak on the Renegades. What do you think of Dak Prescott? I just don't. I don't know. I just don't. I don't rate him that highly. Maybe he's a top for me. He's a top 15. Is he mate? Yeah, he's a top 15 quarterback for me in the NFL. I don't even rate him in the top 10. But let me know what you think, Ad. I don't know. I don't rate him. I don't rate him top 10. We've got 1st and 10 coming up. Trips left formation out the shotgun. Handoff up the left side. And just a 1 yard gain. Set for 2nd and 9. He's not bad or good. He's just very stagnant. The Cowboys franchise may be holding him back. Possibly. But he's got some great weapons on that team. So they've got to stay healthy, though, I suppose. But having the receivers he's got. Snap back to Reed. He throws downfield. Open receiver. Touchdown. From nowhere. Reed bought some time. Scrambled to his left. And found tight end Seth Green. Not the comedian Seth Green. In the end zone. And just like that, the Dallas Renegades are just an extra point from tying it up. The game has opened wide open now.
Touchdown!
Just like that. One of the defenders got thrown over. Nice play. Great pass from Reed. Well played. If he went to the Raiders, he could well perform better. I'm interested to see what Mendoza does. I'm interested to see that. There we go. Going to have a tough game now. It's what I like seeing. It's good. It should be a close game, this one. I was worried that once the Storm got ahead that this could get ugly for Dallas, but they've answered straight back. That's all you can ask for. It's just... Well, so the Storm tried to challenge that there was holding on the left side of the line where one of the Storm players got thrown to the ground. But it is going to be declined, meaning that it is a touchdown. And we have the extra point pending. So here comes the extra point attempts. And it's good. We've got a tied ball game at 17 each. That's what we want. So third quarter, I think it's going to stay balanced. In the fourth is where I'm very nervous. Hey, we're only 5 minutes into the third quarter. We've had 2 touchdowns. Hopefully it carries on like that. I'm up for a shootout. Got to take the hit and move on with it. It's they've opened the game's opened up nicely. Obviously, with you being a Lions fan, we've got a great slate for the Thanksgiving games. You know what a schedule that is for Thanksgiving. I mean, we've had years in the past where it's looked good at the start of the season or before the season, but then teams have dropped off or there's been injuries and things. But if those teams stay healthy, I mean, what a schedule that is. I mean, for some reason they've decided they're going to have a Thanksgiving Eve game. I don't know why they're doing that, but even that game's a good one. The Packers and the Rams. Then on Thanksgiving, first of all, you've obviously got the Bears at the Lions. Great NFC North game. Then you've got the Eagles at the Cowboys. A great NFC East game. And then follow that up finally with the Chiefs and Bills, two teams that you would expect will be in the AFC playoffs. So a great lineup for Thanksgiving this year. Plenty to look forward to in that one. Yeah, Bears and Lions going to be an instant classic. It's going to be such a hard division to call, that NFC North. All four teams in that division will think that they've got legit shot at winning that division. The Cowboys and Eagles, more than turkey, is going to be thrown around the table. Now, it should be a good one. That's the game where I think maybe one of those teams by that point, will they be struggling? I don't know. Will the Cowboys still be competitive at that point? We'll see. We'll see. I just don't have much faith in the Cowboys. And the kick is up, returnable from the 15-yard line. And tackled down at the 30. And that's where the Storm's going to start their next drive. It's got 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. It's a handoff on the sweep to the right. And a 3-yard carry will make it a 2nd and 7. So now back to Plummer. Play action pass. Run pass option. Had the receiver open but couldn't connect. Incomplete. It's going to set up a 3rd and 7. Unfortunately, Dallas going to struggle even with Caleb Downs. Yeah, I just don't see it. I think the Giants drafted particularly well. They've now got John Harbaugh there as well. Good coach. Commanders could make a comeback this season as well if they can get Daniels healthy. So now back to Plummer. Thrown into the flats. And it's a 1st down and more at the 50. And eventually tackled down at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10. So out of the entire league, the team I want to see the most improve is the Cardinals. Tell you what, they've got a tough schedule. Just having a quick look at theirs. I think they have they got the toughest schedule on paper. I think we've got such a tough. We get a screen set up on 1st and 10. and tackled out of bounds after getting the first down. It's a 10-yard completion. Yeah, the Cardinals, I worry for them. I think they could be candidates for, the first overall pick next year. But there are some decent quarterbacks coming in the next draft, I believe. Snap back to Plummer. Fired over the middle. It's dropped by Badger. A rare drop. Yes, who have they got then? So they've got Chargers, Seahawks, 49ers, Giants, Lions, Rams, Broncos, Cowboys, Seahawks, Rams, Chiefs, Commanders, Eagles. They've got the Jets and Saints and Raiders. They have got a tough schedule. They have got a tough schedule, the Cardinals. Might even be harder than the Patriots. It's now back to Plummer, scrambling around to the right on 2nd and 10. And lost the ball away out of bounds. Set up a 3rd and 10. Maker's team is now a good slogan to sell jerseys. Yes, I don't know. I don't know why they are deemed that. And losing Drew, I'm not even going to... his last name, but losing their coordinator wasn't good for them, but great for the Lions. Yeah, watch his name. And now that typo even happened. Yeah, I think the Cardinals are in trouble. I think they are legit chance at the number 1 overall pick. Thrown over the middle. It's caught at the 20-yard line. First down, Storm. It's Camper with the catch. That is a tough schedule, that. Chargers, Seahawks, 49ers to start. That's likely going to be 0-3. Giants, maybe they've got a chance there, maybe, but then they've got the Lions, Rams, Broncos, Cowboys, Seahawks, Rams, Chiefs. That's tough. Hand off up the left side. It's a half a yard loss on the plate. Be a 2nd and just over 10 yards. So a 2nd and 11 coming up from the 21-yard line. Shotgun formation, trips right, snap back to Plummer. Scrambles out to his right and lost the ball high and away out of bounds. Bring up a 3rd and 11. So having a quick look at the Lions schedule. That's the Storm have used their second. Well, they lost the timeout on a challenge. Now they've used a 2nd timeout. They've only got 1 timeout remaining. 4.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter here. Yeah, the Lions schedule. Saints should win that. They've got a tough one against the Bills the week after, but then they've got the Jets, the Panthers, the Cardinals. You'd like to think that the Lions would be at least 4-1. Maybe even 5-0 after that first 5 weeks there, if they can beat the Bills. So you think that this is going to be the fall for Patrick Mahomes? Might be the beginning of his downfall, his ego, especially how his reaction with his injury last season. We'll see. It could go one or two ways. This could be where he comes back and does a Tom Brady and revives the Chiefs dynasty. It's thrown, it's caught for the first down for the Storm. Nice throw and catch. Yeah, it can go one of two ways with Patrick Mahomes. For me, he's still the best quarterback in the NFL when healthy. Snap back to Plummer. Handoff up the middle. And tackle down at the 2-yard line. It's going to be second and goal from the 2 coming up for the Storm. So I can see the Lions going 13-4. Let's have a look. Four, 1, 2, 6. It's a handoff. And it's into the end zone. It's Corbin to give the Storm a 6-point lead pending the extra point.
Touchdown!
Just I formation. Handoff to Corbin. Followed his lead blocker. Managed to break a tackle into the end zone. And the Storm back in front. The third touchdown of the third quarter. Come on, Renegades, pick up the phone and answer it. So here comes Lance with the extra point attempt. And it's through. We've got a 24-17 scoreline now. Yeah, going back to your Lions. What we got? 13-4, you said. Let's have a look. My prediction for the Lions. 2, 6, 7, 9. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see 13-4, maybe 12-5, 13-4. I mean, what went wrong for them last year? Obviously, like with being in the NFC and not playing the Patriots last season, didn't see a lot of them. So what went wrong for them last year? I'm just surprised to see them do so poorly at times. So we've got 3 minutes left in this third quarter. The Storm up 24-17. And the return off the kickoff brings the ball out to around the 24-yard line. It's a handoff up the middle. And a nice run. Knocks a defender over as well. Nice 12 or 13 yard carry by Lingard for the Renegades. I think he was just getting cocky from being so close to Super Bowl picture the year before. It's not bad to be amped up to want to go to Super Bowl, but at weeks 1-7, there's too much work to do. Come back to that in a second. We've got a handoff up the middle again. Another strong carry. Another 6-yard carry up the middle to Lingard again. So losing Montgomery is going to be some major damage, but the Draftston trade was made, I think, is going to make up for it as well as losing Anzalone. As long as he was Hutch, Goff, Gibbs, then Brown, Sewell, and Williams should be okay, but the offensive line still needs work. You know, see, it's just such a tough division, that one. NFC North. I mean, we do our predictions on the season. We'll have to have a think about who we think is going to win that division. Could be a bit of a lottery. It's another big run up the left side for Lingard, who's provided a bit of juice to this Dallas offense on this drive. He's carried the ball over the 50-yard line now. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Renegades. The Vikings need to get out number 4 and put the Packers there. Got a shotgun formation for the Renegades. It's a play action pass. But not the best pass for Austin Reed. It's gives Stoops too much to do. Falls incomplete. See, I don't. Another quarterback that I don't think is a top 10 quarterback is Jordan Love. You know, some people really think that he is top tier elite. I don't think that at all. He hasn't proven it. He hasn't proven it to me anyway. We've got trips right formation out of the shotgun. Snap back to Reed. Fired. And it's dropped at the 40-yard line. Got to catch that one. Hits him right between the numbers. But it lets it let it hit his chest plate rather than using his hands to catch that one. There's Mims with the drop. So a 3rd and 10 now. Storm look like they're sending pressure. And we've got a flag for a false start as well. 17 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. The Renegades going in the wrong direction. And because they've crossed midfield, they cannot punt. I just realised we were bottom of our league this season. We need to at least hold down the 2nd spot in our division. So it's going to be a war with the Bears and Packers. It is. It's going to be tough. And that takes to the end of the 3rd quarter, in fact. Renegades still in this one, but this is an important drive. Facing a 3rd and 15 when we come back. And they can't punt because they've crossed midfield. Do you, Hank, do you play Fantasy. Do you do fantasy football or anything like that? Dynasty or Sleeper? Do you do fantasy football? Let's see what have a look what the Packers schedule looks like. It's not the easiest. It's not the easiest schedule for the Packers, to be honest. Got a harder schedule than the Lions. Because where they finished, obviously. So I've been a little wary just because I don't have enough knowledge of football itself. I've been watching for about 4 or 5 years now. I've got a general idea of the game so far. I'm going on Madden, though. My fantasy football lines always go to the Super Bowl. I can dream big. So I actually got into football through Madden. I think, like, so many people that have, that is the way, and it's the way that people learn football as well. That's how that's how I learned American football. You know, it's how you learn the rules, formations, penalties, players. You know, playing Madden increases football IQ for sure. I haven't played Madden for quite a few years now, though. I imagine it is still very similar to what it was. Can't make that many changes, can you? Year on year. Try to add a new gimmick every year, I'm sure, but I've played it for a few years now. I did like doing Madden Ultimate Team, though. I used to do no money spent Madden Ultimate Team. See if I could compete with the people that used to spend. On 3rd and 15, Reed is taken down on a 2-yard sack. It's going to be a 4th and 17, and the Renegades have to go for it because they've crossed midfield. So 4th and 17 from their own 45-yard line. Snap back to Reed. Thrown. It's caught for the first down. And it's Mims with the catch as well. Makes up for that earlier drop. And puts the Renegades in a good position. However, we have got a flag. Oh, it was caught and taken down to the 18-yard line. But they've called a hold. They called a hold on the left tackle. And that's going to take away that huge gain. It's going to be 4th and 27 coming up now. 4th and 27. That they have to go for because they cross midfield. So they're all the way back at their own 35-yard line now. Snap back to Reed. Needs time. Thrown. And can't quite get the ball there. Looking for Vaughan's. There's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Storm are pretty much already in field goal range. It looks like Dallas is going to challenge it. And they are going to challenge it. They're going to challenge the ruling on the fields. Looking for pass interference. Looking for a lifeline. The Renegades now. Let's have a look on this one. Let's see. Let's see. It's hard to see if the defender's got a hold of Vaughan's right arm. They need the other angle. They need the other angle from the other sideline. That's not going to help. This angle's not going to help. That's too far away. I don't think they're going to get. I don't think they're going to get it. They needed the camera from the other sideline looking across to see if his arm was grabbed. You couldn't see it from the two angles they were looking at. So it's going to be a turnover on downs. And the Storm are in excellent field position now, technically already in field goal range. And we've got a timeout for the Renegades. Got a timeout for the Renegades. They've just lost a timeout. I'm not sure what they were doing there. I'm not sure what they're doing. But they've got the ball on the Renegades 35-yard line. Snap back to Plummer. Ends up being a run for just 2 yards up the middle. Off the jet sweep. So 2nd and 9. Snap back to Plummer. It's a handoff up the middle. And stopped right at the line to gain. Sorry, the line of scrimmage, rather. So it's going to be a 3rd and 9. Can the Renegades force a field goal attempt? Lance hasn't been perfect today. He's 1 for 3. I got to a point where my team through the drafts were either Baylor or Michigan. There isn't many picks you can make for Baylor on the game. They come on Dallas. I think that was before when they had the ball. Just the penalty cost them. Snap back to Plum. He's got time. Throws over the middle. He hits it. Receiver. It's Badger. First down, Storm down to the 20-yard line. Was that the Renegades' opportunity to get off the field, force a long field goal attempt? So should have been talking about a plan during the challenge timeout to save that one. I don't know if they've taken another timeout off them. I'm not sure what happened there. I think it's still showing that they've got 2 timeouts remaining. Still showing us 2 timeouts, so maybe they didn't lose that one. Right, first attempt from the 20. Handoff up the left side. A good run as well. 6-yard gain. We can set up a 2nd and 4 from the 14. Dallas has to keep Storm out of the end zone here at all costs. Plummer keeps it to the right. Shovel pass for the first down. Takes the ball inside the 10-yard line. Down to around the 8. It's going to be a 1st and goal for the Storm. Oh, dang, I thought they would have taken one away. Don't seem to have. Don't seem to have. We've got another timeout. So come on, defense, break open the line. We've got to keep them out of the end zone. Whatever it takes now. I think the stat on there was showing that the Storm have scored touchdowns on their last 3 possessions. This would make it 4 in a row if they get into the end zone. And currently, Stormer 84% favourites at the minute. And if the Renegades were to lose this one, slip to 3 and 5, Kings next week and finishing off against the Battlehawks. I think the Renegades are done if they lose this one. I think it becomes a straight shootout between the Kings and the Stallions. The Stallions have got the better schedule, though. They're at home against the Aviators on Sunday. Then they're away against the Aviators next week. And then they've got the Gamblers at home. So in terms of favourable schedule, the Stallions have got the better schedule. And they could even somehow finish the season 6 and 4. Having been 1 and 4. So I've got to run a blitz with at least 3 in the back of the field, close to the end zone to protect it. Yeah, got to make him throw it. I completely forgot. Yeah, sort of falling into insignificance. The Aviators. I mean, Aviators and Gamblers are pretty much eliminated. Not necessarily mathematically at this point, but they are. They are done. Here we go. Empty backfields. It's actually handed off on the sweep. And untouched into the end zone. KJ Hamler, former Denver Bronco. And the Storm take a 2-score lead.
Touchdown!
It'll be very difficult to get back now. 30-17 is the scoreline. It's 10.5 minutes. There's still plenty of time. But have the Renegades got enough to come back from this now? The only way gamblers are relevant to me still is because they're a Texas team. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they keep the gamblers or they're a relocation candidate. Here comes the extra points. It is good. 31-17. The Storm have scored 4 touchdowns in a row. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns. So 31-17 to the Storm. And 10.5 minutes left. What have you got, Dallas? Dallas got to get back to how we were doing in the first quarter. It's returnable from the 12-yard line for Stoops. Bounces out to the right. And tackled down at the 29-yard line. It's now or never, Dallas. Unfortunately, this is where you do tend to get an Austin Reed interception thrown. Trying to force something. It's just crazy the difference. After week 3, we're talking about Renegades being unstoppable. Austin Reed being given a chance in the NFL. And everything's just changed rapidly over the last 5 weeks. So hopefully they aren't recycling to be in the Oklahoma team for pity and give them a few more chances to stay in Houston. We've got to get fans into the stadium, though. That's the concern. Snap back to Reed. Dumps the pass off, but it's off target. Looking for Merriweather. Going to set up a 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 10, snap back to Reed. Scrambles out to his left, sets off running himself. And gets a 13-yard run before stepping out of bounds. Takes the ball up to around the 43-yard line. Just under 10 minutes left in this game. And the Renegades need to get into the end zone on this drive. It's 4 down territory now. Hand off to Merriweather. And a good run sets up a 2nd and 1. Hand off to Merriweather up the left side again. And a really strong run this time as well. Gets taken down around the 32-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for Dallas. Snap back to Reed. Fired towards the left sideline and just out of reach of Vaughan's in the end zone. Snap back to Reed. Scrambles out to his right. This time looks downfield. Throws back across his body. Completed. And it's Green again. Had a touchdown earlier. It's a first down for Dallas. They've got the ball moving. Empty backfields. Frosting Reed, snap back to him. Scrambles around, moves out to his right now, looks downfield, throws the ball high and away out of bounds. He's got a 2nd and 10 coming up with 7 minutes, 14 seconds left. The clock will start ticking now, though. The next snap's going to be under 7 minutes left in this one. It's a handoff up the right side to Merriweather. Spin move. That looks to be about a 4 or 5 yard carry. So 3rd and 6 from the 9 yard line. He's under pressure, throws. And it's incomplete. It's a 4th and 6 coming up, and they've got to go for it. They've got to go. Have scored touchdown on this drive. So from the 8 yard line, all or nothing for Dallas now. Snap back to Reed. Fires towards the end zone. Caught at the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Dallas are not dead yet. It's caught by Butler. And we're back to a 1-score game.
Touchdown!
So you're telling me there's a chance? It's 31-23 pending the extra point. Yeah. Whoop, there it is. And here comes the extra points, which is good. Hey, we've got a game. 31-24. Dallas are not done, but they have to get a stop on defense. 5.5 minutes left, and the Storm have scored 4 touchdowns on their last 4 possessions. So now's the time for the Renegades to break that streak. I'm quickly going to sort this battery out. Right. If that's issue sorted. So, can the Renegades get a stop? 1st and 10 for the Storm from their own 28-yard line. Snap back to Plummer. Fired in, trying to set up this screen to Hamler, but it's dropped. So 2nd and 10, snap back is handed off up the middle. Good, powerful running. 5-yard carry. It's going to set up a 3rd and 5. This is the moment. Can Dallas get a stop on this next play? 3rd and 5. Huge play coming up. Snap back to Plummer. Lofted pass, incomplete. And I think the Renegades have finally stopped the Storm. Just he had Hamler, just overthrew him. And here we go. The Storm are going to punt and give Dallas an opportunity to tie this game up. Punt is up. Right, it's bounced right around the 35-yard line and stops dead at the 34. So the Renegades got 66 yards to go. Can they get there? That's right. Give us our ball. Well, this is it now. This is it. 4 down territory again on this drive. Got to get into the end zone. And you might get your wish, Hank, if they do. You said about some overtime football. Could this be heading to overtime with a score of 31 each? You may get that, and the guys may get that extra football that you were talking about. Someone put a Twinkie in the end zone and let our lineman fight for it. I've got to say, and I don't want to jinx him, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm not trying to jinx him, but Austin Reed has played the best game that he's played since I think week 3 in this one. He's 12 for 22. Completion rate's not always the best, but 134 yards, 3 touchdowns, and most importantly, 0 interceptions. That's a huge difference for him. I knew them boys are hungry. Been a while for him. He stayed professional and kept showing up and playing through each game. Yeah, I think the fact that they traded away Perez hindered him and helped him, because I think it's hindered him from the point that they traded him, that's when the decline sort of started. Did he get a bit too comfortable knowing that he was the only real starting quarterback in that room then? And then has it helped him with the fact of he's been able to keep the quarterback one position? Because if they had Perez still, Perez would have been starting by now for the Renegades. After the last couple of weeks, Perez would have been starting. So it's giving him an opportunity in this one. He's got a great chance to bring his team back. There were 2 scores down, just 1 now. It's a handoff up the middle. Just a 1-yard carry this time. Right around 3 minutes left in this game. Snap back to Reed. Fired over the middle. Oh, and it's picked off the tip. I wasn't trying to jinx. That wasn't Reed's fault. It hits the hands of his receiver, then gets knocked up in the air by a defender. Then another defender comes in and catches the interception. Oh, it hits him right between the numbers. Gets bobbled up in the air, and then another defender comes in. And has that just ended the chances of the Renegades making the playoffs this season. Quick fire out on the screen for the Storm. It's a 7-yard completion. So it's definitely making him sink or swim. Even with the loss, he's still being at the top in the record so far. Come on, Reed. Okay, never mind. That wasn't Reed's fault. Our defense got this. Going to get a pick back. I think it's going to run it. I think it's going to run it out now. Now they've got into this position, I think they're just going to run the clock. Trips right formation out the shotgun. Handoff up the middle. It's a 1-yard gain. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. And I think that's going to take us down to the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 2. Storm's got too much pride to run the clock. I don't know. I think they just ran the clock there. I think they'll run the clock again. That's tough. I was praising Reed, and that was not Reed's fault at all on that interception. Hit his receiver right between the numbers. Would have been a 1st down as well. So here we go. Big play. 3rd and 2. It's a handoff. No, it's not. It's a fake. And a breaker tackle for the 1st down before stepping out of bounds. So they're probably going to try and make a state being on the road. You were right, though. They did throw it rather than run it. That takes down to the 2-minute warning. And the Renegades can only stop the clock one more time. The game's pretty much over now, barring a fumble or some sort of craziness. It looks like the Storm will be the first team in the UFL to book their spot in the playoffs, advance to 6 and 2, and for now at least will top the UFL standings. The Renegades will slip to 3 and 5 and likely end their chances of making the playoffs now. Depends on what happens tomorrow, I suppose, and this weekend. I mean, if the Kings lose to the Defenders and the Stallions lose to the Aviators, there's still everything to play for. We'll have 3 teams on 3 and 5. So they'll be hoping, the Renegades will be hoping that the Defenders can do them a favour and the Aviators can do them a favour this week and keep them alive. And actually, if that did happen, you'd have the Stallions on 3 and 5, Kings 3 and 5, Renegades 3 and 5, and Aviators would still be somehow in it at 3 and 5. I don't think it happens though. If we waste up on this play, I'd wait after 3 more plays. Yeah, they're going to stop it one more time, so I don't know if they stop it straight away. They can still take the clock down another 2 times. I think if they were going to get the ball back, they're going to have about 10, 20 seconds. They need a fumble. So 3rd and final timeouts. So 3rd and 3 coming up. Third and 3 coming up. 1 minute, 20 seconds left. First down here ends it. It's now back to Plummer. It's a handoff up the middle. And he's broken through the line. It's a first down. And that is going to end this one. The Storm steal the win 31-24. And are going to be the first team booking a playoff place. They will be in the UFL playoffs. They've got back-to-back games against the DC Defenders coming up next in weeks 9 and 10. And could quite easily end up facing them for a 3rd week in a row in the playoffs should they finish in those positions. That's get a hell of a pick right here. That's I'm just full of it. Didn't work out that way, Hank. We've got victory formation for the Storm. And that is all she wrote in this one. That is the full time. The Storm win this one 31-24 over the Dallas Renegades. The Storm advanced to 6 and 2 and now are guaranteed a playoff spot. The Renegades slipped to 3 and 5 and will be hoping for help this weekend. They need a win for they need the Kings to lose against the Defenders tomorrow. They need the Stallions to lose to the Aviators on Sunday to give them some hope of still getting into that 4th playoff spot. But we're going to end it there. It's just after 4 o'clock in the morning over here. So we'll end it there. Thank you very much, Hank, for joining me and keeping me company throughout this. Appreciate you. Hope you have a great rest of the weekend. And we'll be live again next week. Hopefully, all technical issues will be sorted out by that point. Now we've had a run through today. But appreciate you. Thank you very much for coming along. And we will have our weekly video should be out on Tuesday this week. We'll have all the key highlights of week 8, plus a look at the standings, the key headlines, and a look towards week 9 as well. And we'll see you next time.